Are Rotary back? That's the question I'm going to be trying to answer in today's video. If you're not familiar with Rotary watches, it is a watch brand with a decent amount of history, established in Switzerland in 1895, brought over to the UK in 1920, taken over by a Hong Kong-based firm in 2014. But as of early 2025, it's back in the hands of a British firm, Piers Hardy. They are now producing Rotary watches, and they've just launched 75 new watches, and I've picked up what I consider anyway to be, well, by far the best model, and I think this is probably the best watch within that model. This is the Lumen. Right, there we are. I have removed all the plastic. I've put some power into the automatic Miyota 8215. This is an automatic watch. I'll put it on the time graph in a moment and show you the results. I've moved the hands out of the way, yeah, wiped it down, and first impressions are good. They're producing mostly automatic watches by the looks of it, NH34 for their GMTs, Miyota 8215s for their standard three-handed watches. It's difficult to find out which movements are actually put into their watches. They don't seem to put the actual model number or make of the movements on their website, but yeah, this is a Miyota 8215, and I mean, it is a good looking watch, this gold dial. Yeah, it really sort of sparkles and plays with the light a little bit, doesn't it? I was just really quite surprised to see this design. It's completely different to the sort of watches they were producing before. I think it's fantastic that the brand is relaunching. We sort of thought the brand had died, to be honest, when it went bust, but yeah, it's been rescued, and I mean, I want to support the brand. It's historically a sort of British brand. They have made Swiss-made watches in the past, and I owned an automatic with an SW200, I think, a few years ago. An incredible watch. So they are capable of making really, really good watches, and I love the way this one looks. This just, yeah, a little bit of Grand Seiko about it with the bracelets and the facets on the case. Look. And the applied indices, I really like it. Some of the new watches, yeah, not so good. It's primarily a sort of high street brand, so most of their customers are going to be people walking in off the street, not necessarily enthusiasts, but they do seem to be targeting enthusiasts a little bit more, just with things like milled inner elements to this clasp. I think most off the street sort of buyers wouldn't really care if there was a pressed clasp in there, but enthusiasts are obviously going to care about that sort of thing. You've still got split pins, solid end links. Look, these are all little touches. The fact that they're housing automatic movements now and not just cheap quartz movements, I think these are all signs that they are going to be considering enthusiasts and collectors a little bit more, which is great news. There's so much glare off this dial. It was difficult to see if there was any loom, but there is, look. So I'll do a lame. Oh, well, we'll find out soon. I'll do a loom degradation test at the end, and we'll find out if it's lame. The bracelet's impressive, actually. It looks super crisp. I'm not feeling sharp corners, but it looks to me like the 5 links, so I'm including the polished links, are separate links. It doesn't look like these are individual joint links, you know, sort of molded. Yeah, they're solid links, 5 individual links, which means you get a much cleaner transition from those polished elements to the brushed. The finishing looks good, actually. It does look good. £300 for this watch. It's in that sort of Citizen Tsuyosa price bracket, isn't it? 8215. It's a lot of money for the 8215. But it's what we would expect from a brand like Rotary. They're not a micro brand. No on-the-fly adjustment system. Again, this sort of brand isn't going to respond to market trends as quickly as micro brands and AliExpress watches. Yeah, let's actually do the weight, test the crystals and the dimensions next. I'm keen to see if it's sapphire. 40 mil, nice. 13.8, I mean, the crystal sits quite high, doesn't it? Lug to lug is 46.7. Male end links, total length then 50.7. 22 mil lugs, that's a surprise. Does look quite broad, doesn't it? I would have liked to have seen 20 mil lugs, I think. tapers down to, well, it's a bee's dick under 18 mil, isn't it? Right, this is the total weight. I haven't removed any links yet, so 148 grams. Right, let's test these crystals. Have they put a piece of, yeah, double domed sapphire crystal? That is, yeah, quite a tall piece of crystal, isn't it? Oh, it doesn't look like they have. Hang on. It's mineral. Oh, gutted. That is going to be an issue for a lot of people. Of course, that's not going to be sapphire, is it? What a shame. What a shame. They really should have put a piece of sapphire crystal in that. Well, I've just put this on the time grapher and yeah, it's good news. Decent beat error, decent amplitude, decent accuracy. Looks like this 8215 is, yeah, running pretty well. And this is a hacking movement as well. If you pull the crown out to the second position, the second hand stops. Early 8215s didn't hack, so yeah, I think it's good news. Yeah, seems to be a decent movement inside this watch. Right, let's get it on the wrist. Right, there it is on my roughly average sized wrist. It does sit a little bit tall, doesn't it? But yeah, it's still a very nice looking watch. It feels well balanced all the way around my wrist. Doesn't feel top heavy at all. You've got a fairly substantial bracelet, solid links, solid end links, milled inner elements to the clasp. The outer shell's okay. 3 micro adjustment options. Split pins, yeah, it was easy enough to adjust the length of this bracelet. Plenty of links. Really interesting profile, that, isn't it? I really like the case. I like the design. The lugs do look, well, the gap between the lugs, I should say. Those end links do look a little bit broad, don't they? Oh, I've got to say though, without seeing it under the macro lens, the finishing looks to be impressive. On the bracelet in particular, some of the corners on the case a little bit soft, but the brushing, the polishing, the transitions still seem okay. Yeah, it is better than I thought it was going to be. I would be raving about this watch if it had a Miyota 9000 series movement in it, sapphire sandwich, screw pins, 20mm lugs. What else? Well, that's probably about it, to be honest. An on-the-fly adjustment system, maybe. If it had those things, it would be one of the best watches I'd have seen so far in 2025. And £300, if it had all those things, it wouldn't be £300, would it? It would probably be £500. So yeah, for £300, I think this is what we can expect from Rotary. Not an unreasonable price. I just don't think they've done quite enough. Are they back? Well, yeah, they are. And I think they're going to resonate with a few collectors, but I still think they're going to sell more watches to casual walk-in buyers. Guys, let me know what you think of this watch and the review. And as always, thanks for watching.